What's going on, guys? HK Titan here with another balloons video. And first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and jump back into our Balloons Tower Defense 6 walkthrough slash playthrough slash guide. Today's map being Tree Stumps, again jumping into the Impoppable mode. And of course, for the Impoppable mode, we are going all the way to around 100. We only have one life, so we have no room for error. We need to make sure that we pop every single balloon that shows its face on our screen. So of course, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a ninja monkey. Because of course, the ninja monkey being a great tower to have. And we want to make sure our placement is good, because we are going to be placing a bunch of druids right here alongside of it, so we want to make sure that we're not taking up too much space with our ninja monkey. So let's go ahead and get this started. Now we want to make sure that we're paying attention. As soon as we can buy ninja discipline, we need to make sure that we buy that, because ninja discipline is going to save us, because if we wait too long to buy ninja discipline, we're going to have one balloon that ends up slipping through, which is what we don't want. Of course, because we don't have any lives to work with, we have no room for error in this game mode, which is kind of unfortunate, but at the same time it is a little bit of a challenge, which I do like as well. So there we go, we can buy Ninja Discipline, which is going to make popping all of these balloons a lot easier. Alright, the next upgrade that we're going to end up buying is we're going to end up buying Seeking Shurikens after this, just to make sure that we're able to pop around corners, and it's going to make popping balloons a little bit easier as well. There we go, now we can go ahead and pop balloons in any directions. Like I was saying, it's going to make popping balloons a lot easier. Next upgrade we're going to end up getting is we're going to end up getting Sharp Shurikens. And the reason why we're going to grab Sharp Shurikens is we want to make sure that we have enough popping power to basically sustain us until we can get our Oben on the field. Because Oben being a little bit more of a expensive tower at $780, it may cost us a little bit if we were trying to get him at a little bit earlier of a round. We probably could have survived without Sharp Shurikens, but again, we don't want to take any risks, because taking risks is how we end up losing some of these Impoppable modes, especially since we have no lives to work with, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Alright, so as soon as we can afford him, we're going to go ahead and grab him and put him on the field. There we go. So let's go ahead and slow this down while we're working with our Oben. We want to make sure that his placement is good and we don't end up messing something up. Alright, so let's go ahead and put him right here. Finding the perfect placement. There we go. Now of course, the Oben is going to buff any magic towers that are in its radius, so we're going to have our 6 druids right here, and we're going to have our Alchemist right here. So there we go, we're going to have a lot of towers being buffed by our Oben, because almost all, or actually I'm pretty sure all of our towers are going to be magic towers to begin with, so it's a great tower to have. Alright, the next upgrade that we're going to go ahead and save up for is going to be Double Shot, because now we have the lead protection on board. We no longer need to worry about lead balloons because we have our Oben. There we go, there's our Double Shot. So now the next upgrade that we're going to end up getting is we're going to end up getting ourselves a Alchemist, which is going to help us pop the Moab balloon on round 40. And of course the Alchemist is going to help us deal with any lead balloons that end up coming through as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and switch him over to Strong and start upgrading him to the top path of his upgrades. And then as soon as we get to a Berserker Brew, we're going to go ahead and slow it down a little bit, and we're going to go back to our Ninja Monkey and upgrade him to a Balloon Jitsu. Alright, there we go. Dealing with those balloons, no problem. Alright. Yeah, like I was saying in previous videos, the hardest part about these Impoppable modes, of course, is the sheer cost of all the towers. The sheer cost of the towers is what makes these modes this mode so difficult, because as you guys can see, Balloon Jitsu has a hefty price tag of $3,300, which is a lot more than it would cost in a regular game. So ways that we can kind of make it easier on ourselves is of course getting like monkey villages, but from around 0 to 40 it's difficult to get that much money without risking losing popping power. So we're not going to do that. We're actually going to go ahead and upgrade him to Balloon Jitsu first, and then we can start working on getting some monkey farms to help us save up some money. Because of course the Avatar of Wrath is a very expensive tower that we're going to have to end up buying before round 90. Which once we get all of our monkey banks going, we shouldn't have too much of an issue actually doing that. Alright, perfect. Everything is going swimmingly, as they say. Next thing that we can end up doing is we can go ahead and start getting our druids going as well. So our first druid is going to go right here, and we're going to upgrade him to, of course, the bottom room and give him Thorn Swarm to start. This one is going to end up being our primary tower, which is going to be the one that's going to be upgraded to the Avatar of Wrath. And then while we are waiting for all of this money to be saved up, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. The support for the channel is ever so amazing, and I just want to keep thanking you guys, because we have grown immensely in such a short period of time. I think we're sitting at like a month and a half, maybe a little over a month and a half, but the support has been absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much again. Alright, so now that we have the popping power going, we're going to go ahead and start getting a couple of income generation going, primarily monkey banks. We want to grab a couple of monkey banks. We can probably go with like 4 or 5, just to make sure that we have that income coming in to make sure that we have enough money to buy our Avatar of Wrath. And of course we need to make sure that we pay attention to our towers, because we don't want to risk any balloons slipping through. Now, one other thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're actually going to take a semi-break here, and we are going to buy a monkey village, so we get a little bit of a discount on these towers, which is what I forgot to do. But it's no big deal, we only placed 1 down. Of course, we're going to end up selling the monkey village in a few rounds, but we just want to make sure that we have a little bit of a income saving ability, which is going to end up saving us quite a bit with these monkey farms. Alright, so as you can see, the tower pretty much just paid for itself with 1 tower. Alright, how much money do we have saved up so far? 940. Alright, so like I was saying, we're not going to grab too many of these towers. We're actually just going to grab a few. That way we can go ahead and get that income generation flowing. Alright, we can go ahead and grab increased production. Paying attention to this round, just in case the balloons got too far, but our towers were able to handle it. No worries. Alright, so unfortunately it looks like I did place my monkey village a little wrong there, but that's alright. We have more than enough income generation coming right now, so we don't need to worry too much about any of that nonsense. So the next thing that we're going to do is we want to go ahead and start getting some more popping power going, primarily with our druids. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our druids placed first, and then we're going to go ahead and grab a monkey village to make our towers a little bit cheaper. Alright, there we go. So we need to fit 6 in here, and yes, it is going to be a little bit of a tight fit, but we should be able to handle it, no problem. Of course, our main tower being the druid in the front there, that's already upgraded to a pop list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there we go. Let's go ahead and grab our monkey villages. Bam and bam. Let's go ahead and slow this down. That way we can go ahead and not worry about any balloons slipping through while we're getting these upgrades, because it is a little bit of Alright, so are you being affected? You should be being affected. Let's go ahead and grab radar scanner. Alright, so that monkey seems to be out of range of our... That shouldn't be, because it looks like he's within range. That's alright, no worries. We can go ahead and switch it up, and we'll make one of our other towers the Avatar of Wrath. I'm not sure why he's not being affected by the monkey village, because he's right in range. He should be being affected. But again, that's alright, no big deal. But if we get a bigger radius, I still feel like, yeah, he's still not being affected, but that's alright. We still have a bunch of druids that are going to be being affected by the monkey village, so no worries. And of course, we were able to get these monkey villages online just in time. And of course, remember, we do have our income generating over here. We can go ahead and collect that right now. That way we can go ahead and upgrade all of our towers to pop lusts, giving us even more popping power. And then the next thing that we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up buying more monkey banks. That way we can go ahead and get our Avatar of Wrath in a very swift manner, or in a shorter period of time. Now, it's kind of sucks that we ended up messing up with our monkey village, but I should have placed our monkey village first. That way we could have built around our monkey village. Or another thing that I could have done is place down our monkey farms first, which would have been a little bit risky, but at the same time, no worries. Because as long as we have our druids out on the field, we shouldn't struggle one bit. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. And then of course, pretty much we're just going to be grabbing a bunch of monkey banks from this point on, just to make sure that we can afford our Avatar of Wrath. Like I was saying, we're probably going to end up getting 5 of them. And we are already at $8,000, which is a lot of money to work with, so we have a lot of room to play. Alright, let's go ahead and again upgrade these monkey banks. So right now it's just about saving up money. There's nothing else that we really need to buy because we have ample popping power going at this current point in time. Alright, and I could have used a monkey farmer to make collecting all of these farms a lot easier, but we really don't need to waste it. I know in one of my previous Impoppable round walkthroughs I showed you guys a method that we actually used, a monkey farmer, but we really didn't need it. I pretty much just wasted monkey bucks by doing that, but again, not that big a deal. Alright, so we were sitting at 17,000, so we could end up popping that 17,000 and buying 2 more monkey banks, which is actually what I'm going to do. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and upgrade. I did not want to do that. We're going to lose a little bit of money there, but that's alright. We did not want to upgrade him to IMF loan. We just wanted monkey banks. Monkey banks being, of course, the best way to generate income in the game, simply because of the math that's done and stuff like that. I don't want to break it all down, and I really don't want to learn everything. The only thing that I know is that, of course, it is a really good strategy to use because of the amount of money that these banks generate. Of course, us being already up to 8,200, so we could actually buy another bank right now if we wanted to. But we are sitting at 6, which is one more than I said we were initially going to grab, so we really don't need to worry about it. And of course, we can sell all of these banks and buy whatever tower we want as soon as we get our Avatar of Wrath. I am slightly upset that this tower isn't being affected by our radar scanner, because if you look at both of these towers, they're pretty much touching him in the exact same spot. So the hitbox to this druid is a little off. But because we have a bunch of income coming in, we can actually just place down another monkey village and make sure that he's covered by the radar scanner. Because this is the tower that I initially wanted to have the radar scanner buff, or the Avatar of Wrath buff, because he has the biggest sightlines. So I think I'm going to do that. It's a little bit of a waste of money, but as you guys can see, we have quite a few income, or we have a lot of income generation on the field, so money really isn't too big of a problem for us. Alright, now that we have him upgraded where we want him, we're going to go ahead and work on getting our Avatar of Wrath now. And then I think we're going to be able to afford him here shortly. Yeah, we're already at $30,000 income. Let's go ahead, and I think we can get a little bit more income in our bank. Yeah. Without monkey knowledge, it's like 10,000, so we should be able to save up to 60,000. But we don't want to wait too long, because if we wait too long, then we could run into an issue with us not being able to pop the balloons for the round that we're on. But I don't think we're going to run into that problem, because whenever I do the strategy on chimps modes, this strategy usually lasts until like round 82, 83. The highest I've gotten with it is like 86. So we shouldn't have a problem with being able to afford our Avatar of Wrath. Alright, so we are at 41,000. We can go ahead and do that and buy our Avatar of Wrath right now. There we go. Now our main strategy is on the field. Now any towers we buy from this point on is basically just going to be a bonus. So now we want to make sure that our Avatar of Wrath is always being buffed by a Alchemist. Of course, is why I'm going to go ahead and place him on top of the tree right here. Now that we have this strategy on the field, we are pretty much set. Like there's nothing else that we really need to buy. If we want to like buy extra towers, we can. But this is the primary setup for this strategy. Alright, so I guess we can just generate some more income and see what kind of tower we can buy. I know for a fact we'd be able to afford a super monkey. I wonder if we could buy a tier 4 Dark Knight. That would be kind of fun. So at this rate, we are sitting at 11,000. So I think the tier 4 Dark Knight is something like, I want to say like 60,000, if I'm not mistaken. We could probably get him for a little bit of a cheaper price with a monkey village. He'll probably cost somewhere around like 100,000 in total, maybe. We're gonna go ahead and do it just because I usually don't end up going with a tier 5 or tier 4 super monkey in any of these challenges, but because we ended up getting our druid on the field so fast, why not? We might as well do it if we have the income to buy it. Because right now we are sitting with 31,000 in our bank, along with 10, 20, 30, a little over $30,000 worth of bank sitting here as well. So there's $42,000. That might be the cap for the amount of money that we can grab. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and sell all of our monkey banks now, which is going to push our income up over the 100k mark. Which, let's go ahead and buy our Dark Knight, simply because he's a really good tower, and I've never actually been able to afford him in a Impoppable mode. But with this strategy working so well, let's do it. There we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, a Dark Champion. The Dark Champion being a amazing looking tower. Let's go ahead and upgrade to a Monkey Intelligence Spearo and a Jungle Drums. That way he can pop every single balloon that makes it past our Druid strategy. And now that we have a Dark Champion on the field, there's nothing that's gonna make it past this. Excuse me. Of course, the Dark Champion being a great tower to pop Moab balloons on top of our Avatar of Wrath that already has 1,000,000 balloons popped, which is absolutely insane. That's why the strategy is such a good strategy, and just having the Dark Champion as a backup tower is just a bonus. So of course, now that we've officially beaten the map, I just want to take this time to thank you guys so much for your support. Like I was saying earlier on in the video, the support for the channel has been absolutely insane. You guys are awesome. And of course, if you guys have any feedback for me to improve the quality of my videos, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. I make sure I read every single comment, and of course I usually try to respond to every single comment as well. So again, thank you guys so much for your support. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to slap that like button. If you are not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload daily. Sometimes I upload 2 to 3 times a day depending on how bored I am. And of course, last but not least, I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your life, and I will see you guys in the next one.